Okay, Season 2, Episode 16, Read It and Weep. Again, I'm not gonna read the description, because I feel like it'd be more interesting if I don't. So, yeah, I have no idea what this is gonna be. It's not immediately obvious. I mean, well, read it and weep. So what, someone's gonna be in a contest, and then they're gonna be, like, thinking they're so much better, but then they'll realize that they shouldn't be so cocky. Maybe that'll be the lesson. I know the description's right there, but I'm intentionally not looking at it. I guess one thing that I'm thinking about in the episodes of Futurama that I just watched was that one where they end up in that Dungeons and Dragons reality, and Leela becomes a centaur. So it's like body of a human, main body of a horse, but then like the waist above is a human. And even that show did not have disturbing butt shots. Like even when the horses were facing away from the camera, there was no disturbing butt shots. And that's an adult show, which has no problem with making a scene where all the characters stand naked in a shower of different genders, and they just it's like it's a normal scene, and they have no problem with absolute nudity like that. And then they have an episode where they go to a nudist alien beach, and they all have to be naked to go onto the beach. And there's so many wide shots of all the characters, and yet they never actually show any of their bits. They're always drawn in such a way that they don't see anything. And so even that show is able to make it not disturbing. But nope, not this show. This show makes every butt shot the most creepy, disturbing thing ever. It's not even like it's supposed to be funny, it's just creepy. Okay, so was this just Rainbow Can Fly? The episode is the joke that they didn't actually show her flying around, and they just didn't feel like drawing it. That wasn't even funny. That was just like, screw you, we're lazy. We could draw this, but we're too lazy to draw it. I don't know, like a joke where that works. Like there's the Gravity Falls episode where they with the claymation things, and that's like incorporated into their normal 2D animation, but they actually put the effort of animating them throughout the episode, so they know they actually did put in enough effort. But then in this they didn't put any effort, so they don't get to make that joke. Oh, so she's sick and she can't move around, is that what it is? Yeah, she can't fly around because she's broken. Okay, so this is just the episode where you're sick basically and you can't move around. Oh my god, of course. Look, it's a book. So she doesn't like reading, but then she's immediately going to read again. I hate reading.
Maybe an orange, but a big...
Oh my god, I hate her so much. Honestly, I hate when people are like, oh, you have to like reading. Who doesn't like reading? It's like, some people just don't like certain things. Like I remember hearing someone say, if you don't like reading, you're just doing it wrong. But you could literally say that about anything. If you don't like anal if you don't like anal, you're just doing it wrong. Like, it's nonsense. You can not like something. Like, I don't get why people think reading is completely different. It's just, it's so stupid. Like, some people don't like video games. Some people don't like listening to music. Some people don't like TV shows or movies. Whatever. Obviously, she's gonna start reading the book and get really into it, though. Okay, I will say, I like how they actually animated the book correctly. Like, she's actually on the first page, not just opening it to the middle. It's so annoying when so many shows just do that, where the character opens to the first page, but they animate it as if it's the middle of the book. So this entire episode just gonna be the book she's reading. What is this, just an Indiana Jones parody? I guess not really. It's just an explorer in a dungeon, or forest, not dungeon. I don't know. This seems to cover several topics actually. It's still boring and terrible, but it's like, okay, it's about being sick and then about liking things even when you think you shouldn't like something. I guess that's where they're going. Okay, yeah, this is just Indiana Jones. Now, this episode has had better backgrounds than most of the other ones. Like, things are a lot more detailed. And she doesn't want to admit that she read the book. Wow, this is boring. So she's acting all suspicious. Oh, this story with the temple thing, I mean, it's pretty generic, but it's way more interesting than any of the other pieces of shit in this show. Kind of funny that this story that the character's reading is more interesting than everything in the actual show. Oh, that's also just because this is basically just every Indiana Jones trap and thing, but just copied, basically. Or I guess it's kind of a parody. I don't know. It's like one of those weird things where it's not really making fun of it, but it's not also just directly copying it. I don't know. Wouldn't call this inspired by it, though. It's kind of funny. I care about this character way more than all the other characters in the show. Here they come. Wait, did they actually not see her reading the book? Awkward. I guess the green mush is supposed to be disgusting.
On second thought...
Why is Rarity touching Pinky's ass? Oh, and now she doesn't have the book. Yeah, she doesn't have the book, and now she's gonna have to ask Twilight for it. And then the rest of the books in the series as well. I was gonna say this episode has went by pretty fast, but it's still only 15 minutes in. Is she actually just gonna pretend to be sick? Is she actually gonna know she's faking? Now that it's just focusing on this character, this is getting boring again. What is she gonna basically become Daring Do by breaking into the house or hospital and trying to steal the book? Can't she just fly away? Like, she can break the speed of sound. Oh right, her wing's still damaged. Never mind. Wait, I thought Pinky lived in that, like, candy house. Did I just miss something of that detail? Like, maybe I just missed something when that character was introduced? I don't know. Wait, okay, so that was mildly funny. Yeah, and she's gonna admit it. So is this like a brony episode? Because it's like, this is kind of the exact message that a brony would say. Like, just because something's weird, just because you like something that you think is weird doesn't mean it's bad. Ugh, God, that was so unfunny. Oh, there you go, there's a stupid lesson. Does he have a hand on his tail? This was not as bad as the previous couple, but still pretty bad. I don't know, I mean, I cared about the made-up, there's a, like, character in that story she was reading more than any of the characters in this actual show. Okay, so basically the plot's really simple. Rainbow Crash damages her wing, and then she has to go to the hospital and she can't move around. Twilight says, oh, you could read this book. Rainbow rejects the book, but then decides to read it after being bored, and then she, like, just realizes she likes reading. There's a bunch of antics of her trying to avoid telling her friends that she likes reading, since she rejected it initially, but then she tells them in the end, and then everyone's fine. I mean, there was actually a surprising amount of things that actually happened, considering how boring this concept is, since a lot of the episode was just showing what was happening in the book. Then there was that weird chase scene. Still not much, though, and this would have been way better in an 11-minute segment. Yeah, and it kind of addressed several different things. Like, it was the idea of, like, how it feels to be sick, I guess, and, like, you can't move around even though you want to, and then with the idea of liking something that you think is weird, which I guess is kind of like how all bronies would feel about this show, even though it's kind of a weird placement for an episode like this, because at this point, I don't see how anyone could like this. I mean, really. I still don't get it. It's still just your average shitty kids show. Yeah, whatever. Simple episode, pretty boring. I don't know. This wasn't, like, painful, though. A lot of the other ones are just very painful the entire way through. Whether it's because it's Pinkie Pie's talking, or because the episode's slow and boring, or whatever. I'll give this one a 4 out of 10, though. Not good, but better than a lot of the other ones. Like having to clean up dog shit from, like, 5 dogs instead of 13 of them. Still terrible and irritating, but, you know, not nearly as bad.